We are moving on to the next part of today's event, a panel discussion. In a world without boundaries, where remote jobs, global freelancing, and international collaboration define modern work, Gen Z must develop competencies that transcend the geography. This panel highlights the essential global skills required in today's interconnected economy. Industry professionals, HR leaders, and global market specialists will discuss international, cross-cultural communication, digital global careers, and how youth can compete, and thrive in the worldwide job market.
We have a lot of opportunities. Our students can compete with students in, say, London, Dubai, Toronto, sitting here in Lahore, in Islamabad, in Karachi. So the borders are basically fading away, especially if we talk about the job market. So the borders are on the map. We need visas, but we have a lot of remote opportunities as well. But with these opportunities, there are challenges. And what challenges is this? We have to compete the whole world. So our students, the Gen Z students, who want to be rich and want to be rich quicker, they want to earn dollars and spend in rupee, but there are challenges. So today we will discuss what are these challenges, what is the mindset, what is the skill set that this Gen Z needs. And we have here representatives of Gen X and Gen Y, who will be basically guiding and giving tips and tricks to these Gen Z students to be successful in their careers. Right, Ji? So we have a wonderful panel, and the introduction has already been given. So I have a set of questions that I will be asking from my panelists. So let's start. My first question is targeting, what does it really mean for Gen Z to be globally employable? So I will request Mr. Fazan to please shed some light. So I repeat, what does it really mean for Gen Z to be globally employable?
All right, so employability boils down to your skill set, right? If there's a need that needs to be fulfilled, now the borders are fading away. If you can deliver a service that the employer needs, that's going to be the right fit. Now, it doesn't matter if you're in Pakistan, Philippines, Canada, US, UK, all the services can be delivered. At PRG, we are a US-based medical billing company, but all our operations are done from Pakistan. So if medical billing can be done remotely, literally everything can be done. Most of the Silicon Valley, IT gurus and tech experts, they're in India or Pakistan. So to be globally employable means to have the latest skill set that you need. Now, it's not just technical skill set. It's the human interactions that also matter. How you communicate. Communication is the key. If you're not able to communicate, you will not be able to sell your skills. To be able to brand yourself to the international marketer, employer, it's of key significance. Communication, now tech is so widespread. AI is coming in. There's a new demon called generative AI. I still need to look into it. But technology is rapidly evolving. Now with that, a unique skill set of digital fluency needs to be there. How fast can you adopt new technology? The AI tools that are going to be, shaping how you do work. Previously, the same, digital content that we used to create with our designers, developers, media experts in a month or two now gets generated over, AI platforms in less than 10 minutes. So using tech, leveraging that smartly, having those interpersonal skills, having those communication skills, which will allow you to brand yourself, those are some of the key vital skills, I think, that will lead to, an expertise that will help you get employed globally.
True. So mindset as well as skill set, right?
Yep.
Exactly. Mr. Iftikhar. Sir, which global skills are most in demand across international markets nowadays?
Thank you very much, Gurat and the team for inviting me. I was here in the same hall a couple of days ago to bring one of a very big tech tycoon who is working tirelessly in the industry and bringing almost $30-35 million in Pakistan. Wow. And he was sharing some few things about that how he started this journey and how it happened, how he learned from China and how he embedded the same teachings from China into this market. Employability skills, as referred by my co-panelist, is besides the communication, besides the technical skills, is the communication, the empathy, the teamwork, agility, critical thinking, that how you respond to these things. That is more important than your technical skills. If your technical skills are far sharper than these, then it will not take you anywhere if you are unable to communicate and all that. But before that, some few best practices that they are applying in South Asian markets, specifically pertaining the global shift and everything around Pakistan. So at a dinner, we chatted. She was quite junior to me, but we chatted among our old memories in university, and suddenly she said कि जी एक घंटे के बाद मेरा इंटरव्यू है और मैं मतलब आप पेपर आई नहीं है तो कौन सा इंटरव्यू चल रहा है और मतलब पाकिस्तान में तुमने रात में 9 बजे कौन सा इंटरव्यू करना है? No, मेरा इंटरव्यू किसी ने करना। So मैंने कहा किसने करना? there is some guy जो स्टैनफोर्ड का पढ़ा हुआ है और उसको मैंने टाइम दिया था 7-8 महीने पहले। तो मैंने कहा कि अब एक जूनियर भी थी, ऊपर से हम पाकिस्तान म्यूजियम नेटवर्क के मेंबर भी थे, तो वो 2-3 रिश्ते जब जुड़ गए तो वो अंदर फ्रैंकनेस भी थी। तो मैंने कहा यार बड़ी रूड हो गई हो, मतलब बड़ी जगह पे जाके तुम 6-8 महीने का टाइम दे रही हो, मतलब कुछ याद कर लो। उसने कहा one thing, she was a graduate from 2 Ivy League universities of the world, Cornell and there is another one. तो उसने मुझसे एक सवाल किया कि तुम्हें क्या लगता है कि तुम इतना यूएस में आते हो, यहाँ पे इतने लोगों से मिलते हो, सो एमआईटी, स्टैनफोर्ड, रटगर्स, ये जितने भी यूनिवर्सिटी हैं, इनके बच्चे जो उनसे होते हैं उनको जॉब कैसे मिलती है? तो मैंने कहा कि मैं तो इतना ज्यादा एजुकेशन में स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं था, तो मुझे लगता है कि इन सारी यूनिवर्सिटीज के पीछे इंडस्ट्री खुद जाती है, कॉर्पोरेट में रखती है, कहते हैं कि भाई आ लो हमारे पास आ लो। उसने कहा अनफॉर्चुनेटली ऐसे नहीं होता। So when I graduated from Cornell University, so what I have done ACS, अर्ली वो आज भी उसी तरह से चलता है, और वो ये है कि हमारे जो वहाँ पे ग्रेजुएट्स हैं, वो हम सारे के सारे जितने भी बड़ी कंपनीज में काम करते हैं, उन अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी से वो हम लोगों को अप्रोच करते हैं लिंक्डइन, और वो हमारे पीछे पड़ जाते हैं। So it took them almost a year or 18 months, sometimes 2-3 years, to just come sit with us for a coffee chat. It's very common in US. So हम लोग क्या करते हैं? तो मैंने कहा आपने ये किया, उसने कहा मैंने तकरीबन तो 36 चाय लोगों को पिलाई, जो वर्ल्ड बैंक के कैफे के अंदर जिनके काम जो भी एम्प्लॉय होता था उससे मैं कहती थी। तो आई मैं यहाँ पे 36 दफा। तो अच्छा जी अब प्रोसेस क्या है कि उसने इंटरव्यू मेरा करना, लेकिन मेरा इंटरव्यू नहीं करना, उसने मुझे अपने बारे में बताना। मैंने कहा वो कैसे करेगा? इसलिए उसने मेरा पूरा का पूरा जो उनका है वो डिजिटल फुटप्रिंट का स्कैन किया हुआ कि मैं कौन से प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम करती हूँ, वर्ल्ड पे कौन से प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम कर रहा है, जो मेरी प्रोफाइल पे नहीं है उनको रीड करते और मेरी जॉब के लिहाज से सर्च करते हैं कि वर्ल्ड में कब क्या काम कर रहा है, और फिर वो मुझसे क्वेश्चंस क्रिएट करेंगे और बताएंगे। सो बीच में क्वेश्चन को जब बता रही होंगी तो वो कहेगा, जो भी शख्स होगा लड़की या लड़के को कहेंगे कि अच्छा सो माय एक्सपर्टीज इन दिस थिंग, सो आपको इस चीज की कभी जरूरत पड़े तो आप मुझे बताएं। मैंने कहा ओके वेरी गुड, तो तुम लोगों ने कभी जॉब की नहीं? मैंने कहा तो फिर इतनी बात करने का फायदा? उसने कहा उस टाइम तो जॉब नहीं होती, लेकिन आई हैव एम्प्लॉयड few dozens of people on short-term consultants that lead to the longer-term contractual base in the World Bank. कि 10 महीने डाउन द रोड या कुछ देर के बाद मेरे पास कोई लीड आएगी और एकदम से याद आएगा कि यार पुराने बंदे ने मुझे ये चीज बताई थी, मुझे उस तक पहुंचना। So it's more than कि जो आपकी टेक्निकल स्किल है, ये जितनी भी चीजें हैं, एंड आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट कि आप फिजिकल चीजें करते हैं, आप हीरोज इन पाकिस्तान एंड द रिक्वेस्ट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम रेडवुड सिटी इन कैलिफोर्निया कि इस मीटिंग के लिए दे इज टाइम डिफरेंस है, बट इन सारी चीजों के बाद जो पढ़ा आपने, चाहे वो इधर से पढ़ा हो या वो बाहर से पढ़ा हो, उसको बेचने के लिए आपको एफर्ट करनी पड़ेगी। So unfortunately, जो मुझे लगता है from last 18-19 years into this industry, working cross vertical engagement in Pakistan and cross border, कि हमारे स्टूडेंट्स जो से हैं उन्होंने कभी इस चीज को एक्सप्लोर ही नहीं किया, कभी लिंक्डइन को उस तरह से खंगाला नहीं, कभी उन्होंने ये सर्च नहीं किया कि मुझे जॉब करनी है तो मुझे सर्च करके मैं ये देखूं कि जॉब कैसे करूं, ये ढूंढनी कैसे है। तो मेरे लिहाज से ये जितना भी हम लोग एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी स्किल्स वगैरह अभी सर ने बताया, उन सारी चीजों के बाद हमें इन चीजों के ऊपर फोकस करना चाहिए कि हमें उन स्किल्स को आगे कैसे पहुंचाना है कि लोग हमारी बात सुन लें और फिर हम देखेंगे कि आगे क्या है। So interpersonal skills, communication skills, teamwork play a very important role to get employed internationally. अभी तो हमने ये भी बात नहीं की कि यहाँ पे जॉब कैसे करनी है, तो बात हो रही है इंटरनेशनल। So I was in a very large conference 2 months ago, और वहाँ पे मैंने इसी तरह की बात की कि आपको अंग्रेजी सीखनी चाहिए और ये जरूरी है। So उधर एक चैम्बर के प्रेसिडेंट साहब आए और उन्होंने कहा कि देखें ये इफ्तिखार को मैं बड़ी देर से जानता हूँ और ये कह रहा था कि इंग्लिश की बात करें, इंग्लिश में करना चाहिए, तो मैंने साथ ये भी बताया कि दुनिया का जो फोकस है, जो 65% काम जो यूएस के अंदर पूरा निकलता है, तो वो अंग्रेजी में यहाँ बात करेंगे तो कुछ आ पाएगा। तो उन्होंने आगे से कहा कि कोरियन भी आनी चाहिए, फ्रेंच भी आनी चाहिए, इसको चाइनीज भी आनी चाहिए। So these are also important languages, इसका कोई नायल नहीं है, बट आप जब क्रॉस बॉर्डर के अंदर जाते हैं और टेक के अंदर जाते हैं तो वहां पे सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट ये है कि हमारे साथ जो क्लाइंट है, जो बातचीत करने वाला है, वो किस ओरिजिन का है और शिफ्ट कहाँ पर है, काम कहाँ से मिल रहा है। तो मेरे ख्याल से हमें कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स के अंदर अंग्रेजी के ऊपर ज्यादा फोकस करने की जरूरत है। थैंक यू।
Let's talk about practical tips and techniques and not just, philosophical things, employability, interpersonal skills and whatnot. So first up, you have to brand yourself. What are you selling to the world? The employer is a buyer, that's a customer. And you have to market yourself over LinkedIn. That is the most important thing you can do. Network, network, network. Send connection requests to the global industry leaders that are there. Connect with the HRs. Put your best foot forward. And you have to be consistent. It's not luck. Luck is a series of calculated actions that you take which will increase your probability of hitting the goal. So every 2 days in your industry, in your niche, in what you're offering, post some valuable content. ChatGPT makes it for free. Okay? You don't need to subscribe to it. So post things that are relevant to your skill set. Create videos of yourself. Everyone has a cell phone, right? So create your video portfolio as well. What services can you offer? How have you helped the clients? Start engagement online. Monitor your views, the impressions that your post makes, and reach out. Iftikhar Saab, right? Rightly so. 8 months down the line, आपको पता नहीं होगा आपने कौन सी पोस्ट की थी 8 महीने पहले कि किसी के रेफरेंस पॉइंट पे वो पॉपअप होगी and you will get a project. That's how you nail these international jobs.
English सबके अच्छी होनी चाहिए और blended profile it's the mandatory thing for applying the jobs. But where I need to apply, I don't know what I will do. So as a student, we need to focus on few things. Like I was an engineer, I was doing electrical engineering. Electrical engineering, I would have three branches like communication, like telecommunication, electronics, and power. And my interest was particularly related to the telecommunication.
We'll ask you, how can universities support students in developing global mindsets and skill sets? So your tips for the university.
Basically, I think first I will like to talk about it for the students, right? So then I come to the university. So for the students, I believe all my respected panelists gave the right answer and I think better than me. But just to give a little perspective, like first thing my advice to the student is like depending upon which year you are in, you can be in the first year, second year, third year, fourth year, whether you are graduating, whether you are mastering in computer science or any other field. First thing I think after 1 year, this is my personal experience in UMT back in 99, 2002, long time back, maybe some of you know not been born by then. So you have to decide after first year. By the end of third semester, like if you are in the computer science, you must have done all your basic computer science courses. You have done OOP1 or DB1 or whatever the courses you are currently studying. So you must have realized where you are good at. So first you have to self-realize which is my domain. Because over the course of 3 or 4 years, you're going to learn all the technical stuff with AI, with cloud computing and everything. But this is not enough. You need to understand which particular domain you are good at it. It can be financial domain, it can be medical, it can be any supplementary domain that you have to target. Because going forward, in the future with the advent of AI, not only if you are good at technical skill, it's not going to be enough. You need to have some supplementary skills. By supplementary skills, I mean which domain you are going to work at. You have to be specialized. If you are good at Java or C++ or whatever, React or anything, that's not going to be enough because, as you know, Cursor can do it better than you. That's a fact we are going to realize now that Cursor can do a job for 10 software developers. Because they are, when you start going to the market, you understand that you're either going to develop a product, you are going to develop a service, or you are going to be a simple UI UX developer. Because half of these jobs are going to be done by 2030. So the people who will survive, the students who will excel, they are the people who will create a dependency. So dependency can only be created not only by technical skill, it can create if you are reached to a level of architecture, if you are good at designing products, if you are good at designing systems, you are good at cybersecurity, you have full holistic view of the IT landscape, then you are going to survive. Or you can be good at some particular domain, because I can give my example, it's not a good thing to do, but I started my career as software developer, but I stick to one domain, which is fintech. And it's been 25 years now, and alhamdulillah, I'm doing good. So my advice, after 1 year, sit down, relax, have a cup of coffee and decide what are you going to do, in which domain you are good at it, other than IT. So if you think I am more towards design, you can go to UX. If you think I am good with numbers, go to finance, stick to fintech. If you are good with hospitality, maybe hoteling industry is good for you. So choose an industry, stick to it rather than your IT skill. This is my first point. For the university, because I think UMT is doing a wonderful job, because I'm talking about 99 growing 114 job market. So that was the ILM we used to work at. Still the faculty was great, especially the MBA faculty. I love those days back in 2002, and still now you have a lot of more students. My advice to not advice, my request to the universities is, okay, AI is everywhere. We can easily talk about the Lahore weather. We can say, okay, today yaar badal bade achhe hain, yaar aaj barish ho rahi hai. But let's say if you want to talk to somebody sitting in Manchester, so what's going to be the small talk? So you need to know, like, who is the coach for Arsenal. You don't need to get into the details of it, but you need to know the little tidbits.
Like, let's say, who is the best player right now in the Liverpool? If you're talking to somebody in Dubai or Saudi Arabia, you need to know what is Al Halal team event, what is going to be this winter event going to happen in Saudi Arabia. So the small talks are the most important part when you are going to talk to the people abroad, because if you don't have those small pieces, how you're going to break the ice? Because at first nobody start asking you, okay, tell me about this particular stuff. They always get comfortable using these small talks.
Thank you very much, sir. So I thank you to our panelists for these very practical and thoughtful insights. And thank you to our audience for their engagement. So clear takeaways for students. Although job market is open globally, but you have to plan well. There are some skills that you must develop. So these are communication skills, cultural awareness, adaptability, ethical grounding, and continuous learning, especially in the age of generative AI. So for universities and institutions, the responsibility is equally clear to move beyond rote learning and actively develop global mindsets alongside global skill sets. So we have to work on practical projects, not in the last year, but from the very beginning, first year, second year, third year, in our curriculum as well. Panelists, once again, for sharing not just ideas, but real world perspectives from hiring, leadership, and technology. And I thank all of you for being part of this very important conversation that will build your successful careers, inshallah. So let us leave here not just informed, but motivated to learn, to adapt, and to compete confidently in this borderless job world. Thank you very much.